Alright, welcome back to Roguetech, and welcome back to your first playthrough. So, I did the open, the vehicle, medium vehicle open, multiple times. And the store sometimes restocks, sometimes doesn't. Right now it has not restocked because the open is not available again. But I could not get the championship to work. I tried multiple times to go through the open in the same financial report and knock it out. So it worked seemingly flawlessly when I first arrived to do the medium mech championship. That went smooth. You know, the videos show that it very much worked as anticipated. But it seems that if you intend to stay on Solaris, you're basically restricted to just doing open games and off-season matches, period. I did try running to the end of the financial report. That didn't fix it. I did try traveling and traveling back. That didn't fix it. So, yeah. I imagine if enough time passes, maybe stuff will reset or something. I don't know, but I'm not intent on taking the time to figure it out. So, we're going to look through the store this one last time. I'm pretty sure there's nothing. I mean, there's the Mech Lance 7 tons, but I'm not going to spend a million C-bills for it. As much as I do love the Mech Lances, the through armor damage is just fun. We have medium pulse laser, Battle Fist, maybe. I mean, it's only 264. The thing is, like, before I go crazy shopping, since I've decided to just go, I do want to have the money to fix the Fafnir. Yeah, no, this is the new. Oh, wow! I did not realize I had passed enough time doing the medium vehicle stuff. Yeah, it's done. It's this is the new build. Cool. For a second, I was like, oh no, did I accidentally No. It's these are the new builds that have not yet been tested. And we will not be able to test them in Solaris unless we do off-season matches, which I'm not intent on doing. I think I'd rather just build the Fafnir into something better and then travel. Also, Mechagodzilla to the top. Everything else very quick to finish. So let's get this Fafnir built into something better. I do like it being... what are its quirks again? Or its affinities? Evasion, ignore gunnery, offensive push accuracy, called shot. Okay. So actually pinpoint with jam chance would actually be really good on the Fafnir. Or, since it also has stable weapons, which is -1 recoil, but we don't have any artillery. Nah, we don't have any artillery. Yeah. So, like, Gauss is an option, but it doesn't benefit from any of, like, or at least most of. Like, there's no recoil in Gauss, there's, you know, jam chance isn't the thing, so it's a little bit less interesting than I would like. An Ultra 10, though. An Ultra 10. Do we have ammo for it? We have a double bin. That's all we need. Okay. Okay. So instead of the LB10s, which I wasn't incredibly, happy with. So, also the LRM-15's going. I was not happy with just the one LRM. That was not enough to warrant its existence. Where am I? What am I doing? Okay, so we have Ultra 10, which we'll have to repair, obviously. And then we need the ammo for the Ultra 10. Oh, yeah, we have Case 2. Beautiful. Actually, we have 2. Hold on. Do we have any UAC 5s? No. But we do have a UAC 20 clan. That's interesting. I mean, It's a 600 meter shot, but it's 200 damage if it hits, if both hit. So that's interesting. The Rack 10 Pirate, I still... You know what? This is the perfect mech for the Rack 10 Pirate. Because that benefits from the recoil reduction. It benefits from the extra gunnery and... Yeah. It's good. Can we do it? We can. Ooh, but it uses UAC. Do we have any more UAC 10 ammo? No. Okay. I'm gonna run the Rack 10 Pirate. I would rather run the Rack 10 Pirate than the Ultra. Now, this is going to burn through the ammo faster. So if we're firing it ×3, then the double bin gives us just shy of 9 rounds of alpha striking with ×3. But the chance for knockdown beginning at 4 shots, if we go all in, we're actually benefiting from everything that this mech has to offer, which is really interesting. Really, really interesting. And I have been wanting to experiment with the knockdown stuff, just because that's a new system I have not engaged with since I don't generally use artillery. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Worst case scenario, we can spin it down to ×2, and it's 14 × 5 × 2, which is 140. So compared to the Ultra 10 clan, it's actually more damage, even if we're just firing it ×2. It's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, it's splashy, but that's fine. It is also only 500 meters, though. Oof. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well, hold on. We also aren't getting gunnery from our command console. Huh. Okay, so the Rack 10 Pirate is wanting to do a completely different thing from what all the stuff we already have in here is. So no, we'll go with the Ultra 10. We'll go with the Ultra 10, if only for the extra 220 meters range. But if I can get a mech together that uses the Ultra 20 and the Rack 10 Pirate, that would be hilarious and amazing. And I could totally do it with adequate, like, Clan XL definitely would help on a 100-tonner. But it would definitely need a larger engine core. It would need the... Then again, do we just drop the command? Hold on a second. Let me think, because I really want to mess with that Rack 10. And we don't really have anything else that has stable weapons, right? Accurate weapons autocannon. Arm-mounted accuracy. Accuracy and recoil. Yeah, so the Mad Cat 2, the Angerboda, would love ultras. Let's just make the Fafnir faster and replace it. It's no longer going to be a command mech. Let's just do that. It's more fun. Alright, so drop that, drop that, drop that, drop that, and we're going to replace the engine with a... I mean, we have a 400. So we're at... Let's just get it up to 58, so it's a nice even number. So it's a nice even... Okay. 50, is 59 a nice even number? Yes, okay. So we're at 59 with the current engine core. So if we up... We don't have a Clan XL. Okay. Alright then. Yeah, this is literally just... We don't have the stuff to make the thing that I want to make. But... If we do the Ultra... Okay. So if we do the Ultra build right now, we can then later come back, leave the ammo in place, especially if we get a little bit more UAC 10 ammo, and then just swap out the Ultra 10 for the Pirate Rack 10. Also, do we have any, do we have any, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Do we have any Rack 5s? Yes. Yes, we do. Ultra 10 Rack 5. Solid combo. Ah, Rack 5 is only 600 meters. Really? Huh. I mean, there's the Rack 2 Risk, but I don't think we have Rack 2 Risk ammo. Nope. That really is the reason why it's like much easier to reliably make energy builds. You don't need to worry so much about getting matching components. I'm assuming we don't have Ultra 2 ammo either. Oh, we do have Ultra 2. Okay. So we can use the Ultra 2. That's an option. I mean, yes, it is only 50 damage, but... No, at that point, why don't we just keep one of the LB10s? Nope, not that one. So we can just keep the one of the LB10s. Keep the cluster. I felt like it was very underwhelming. Now, it's partially also because I used it wrong. I went in close whenever I was supposed to keep my distance. But... also, I need a max armor. That's a thing. Also, AMS ammo. We can include a bin of caseless. That'll give us a lot more shots. And again, the jam chance is something that will be mitigating quite well with the affinities. And volatile doesn't matter when we have case 2, even if it is quick sell case 2. So, I mean, is it better? Yeah? Yeah? It's replacing 135 damage with 120, which is pinpoint instead of splash. And actually, I'm going to replace the cluster with the... Oh, the slug got destroyed. So I need to go in here and grab the LB10 slug. There we go. Because I'd rather it be big chunks of damage. So we've got 60 damage pinpoint, and then we've got 60 damage pinpoint twice. I think that's better than going splash. So then what about a Thunderbolt? If we're already going the route of pinpoint, we could add a Thunderbolt. That's another 55 damage pinpoint. We don't really have the slots where we need them to do another ballistic. But we could do Thunderbolt. And with a Thunderbolt, we would need to strip down the ammo a little bit. Yeah, something like... I mean, I don't want to go too low. How about leg? A little bit off leg. Okay. And then that gives us enough for one bin of Thunderbolt ammo. which is only 6 shots. That's not enough. Okay, so we would need to go with, what, Thunderbolt 5 then? Not too thrilled with Thunderbolt 5, though. I mean, it's 30 damage. So what if we go with an energy weapon instead? How's our heat look? Negative 45, okay. Why do we have... Wait, how do we have negative 45? What? Oh. Oh, okay. So the Ultra 10 was crit before I put it in, so it's not being calculated. That's why. I was confused for a second. So it's only showing the AMS and the LB10. So we need to subtract another 21, which brings us down to 24. And then if we have the blue shield on, that's another 12. So that brings us to 12. Right? I think. Hold on. 12 plus 21 is 33. Yes. So we would have 12. Which means we would need an energy weapon of some kind. Obviously, preferably a longer range to match with the 720 meters, and 720 meters that actually gets extended up to 840. So 840 is actually just about perfect. Or would I rather go with a PPC? I do like my PPCs. I do very much like my PPCs. The LBX PPC on the Rack 10 Pirate Mech would actually be pretty fun, I think. Just a bunch of splash and a bunch of really big oof moments. Yeah, except an ER PPC would be way too much heat and would soak up the rest of our tonnage. Actually, all PPCs would be too much heat. No, so we're gonna go laser. Yeah, an ER laser, ER large laser, plus 2 heat sinks would be, I think, adequate. 2 heat sinks would be 12, so we would have a heat delta of 12 with the blue shield active, and when the blue shield wasn't active, then we would have a... our delta would be 0 with it active, or with it not active. Okay. So that is less appealing. Also, the UAV compartment, apparently I need UAVs for, so... all I have is a heat bank. I was thinking of tossing an exchanger in, but... Yeah, I'm not really happy with this build, but for now, I guess it'll work. I mean... I don't know. I mean, it's a supporting mech, definitely. So it doesn't really matter if it needs to not fire all of its weapons every round. That said, it's still kinda unfortunate to have... Then again, in a cool biome, we also wouldn't need to worry about it at all. So... yeah, I think that is the play. There we go. So our heat efficiency is negative 21, which is 0 with the Ultra 10 firing at ×2. And then if we turn on the blue shield, we'll just have to not fire everything every round. Also, the AMS does generate heat every time it activates, not just once per round, so... we could actually run into heat problems pretty quickly if the AMS is just going wild. That said, if the AMS isn't activating because we're not intercepting any missiles, then we will have an extra 9 heat that's not being calculated here, that we're not using. So if no missiles are incoming, then we'll be able to sink 9 heat per turn in a neutral biome with the blue shield off, and then it only generates 12 per turn when it's on. Yeah, that's fine. Using the fact that we can just turn off, like, we can just not fire the laser, or just fire the Ultra ×1 if we're worrying about heat. And if we're not getting shot at by missiles, then yeah, we can just absolutely fire everything every round. Cool. So I think it does what it wanted to do better now. And the UAV compartment, yeah, it didn't seem to work. Yeah. Or I just used it wrong. It's very, very possible that I used it wrong, because this is a completely new thing that I have not, you know, engaged with for way too many hours. There we go. It's better than it was, I think. We could also just add the heat bank. We're currently not using any carry capacity at all. So if we add the heat bank, we don't have to worry about overheating at all, really. We don't have to worry about heat damage cooking off our ammo. Oh, also the caseless AMS does generate additional heat. So it doubles the heat per activation, meaning it's 6 per activation instead of 3. Not major, but could very much contribute. So, yeah. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Although, probably would have been better to have the LB-10 and Warfare Suite on the other side, so we kind of would have a shield side, kind of. But, nah, it's fine. So, 29 days. Cool. At least settled. And now we can bump that to the top. And 29 days till it's done, 22 days till the Annie's done, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days till everything else is done. Alright. Nope, not Command Center. In the store, I don't think I've looked at the ammo yet, so... regular AC-10, no Ultra. Alright. So, as I said previously, we're going to head off to fight some clanners. So, yeah, let's do it. We already looked in the hiring... Yeah, we already looked in the hiring hall. Hiring hall has not refreshed. No. Cool. Alright, navigation time. So. Oh, right, there was the flashpoint I was going to do. I mean, nah, I think I'm gonna try to get on with concluding this entire thing. This playthrough has drawn on long enough. So we're gonna try to get to the point where we can fight super heavies. 19 days until the fighting starts, but we don't get there for 32 days. 32 days till the fighting starts, and we get there in 32 days. It's 6.5 skulls. It's towards clan space. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Also, with the financial report, we can totally go to... Actually, we arrive in 25 days, and the Fafnir's done in 25 days. But it was extravagant. So if we go to standard, or if we go to normal, then... You know, it's fine if the Fafnir's not ready yet. It's fine. So we go to normal, save a little bit of money. And 25 days till we arrive. Once we arrive, we only need to come up with 800,000. Should be doable. Should be just like a single mission. And then... Let's see. No, not barracks. Engineering is what I was looking at. Did we start? No, I did not. Okay. I forgot to start a new thing. Drop another tank? Right, tonnage. We need to worry about tonnage now that we're not doing medium and heavy stuff. So we need the command and control systems integration and drive upgrades. So let's go ahead and get the drive upgrades. Completion 20 days. Alright. Which actually, I think that might help us. Yeah. It'll be done with 5 days of travel to the system. So we'll actually get there probably in 4 after the 20 days are complete. Regardless. Sure. Throw a garden party. Morale increased. +3 medical points. Sure. Why not? Also, the 50... Hold on. Pause. So having 50 morale... You'll see 40 to 49 is you gain 5 base resolve, and then 50 is still you generate 5 resolve per turn. So getting to 50 doesn't actually matter. It's literally the same as having 40, which is kind of whatever, but worth noting. So there we are. All right. Once we arrive, we're going to... Actually, we should be fine. We're going to arrive with enough days left that we can just do... Oh, also, I should totally check before we keep going. Right now, we're only using 2 of our 3 mech bays. Ah, crit? Right, from the mask, yeah. Okay, so that's fixed. 0 days, cool. The Victor needs its Artemis back from... Who? This is an MRM attachment. Also, just the actuators? Yeah, just the actuators. I was actually pretty impressed with how the line holder functioned. It's a reliable medium mech. So I'm going to keep it just the way it is. We're not even really risking much if something goes wrong. Like, if it gets completely wrecked, we lost MRM-40, Apollo attachment, and Apollo ammo. Everything else other than that's kind of negligible. So that's fine. And then, obviously the Stormcrow we're not going to mess with. Very, very happy with how it's performed up to this point, and yeah. It's fine. The Stealth... Tonka's no longer Tonka, actually. Tonka's kind of Calcifer now. Cool. Other than that, not much to say. So was it the catapult that we stole the Artemis attachments for? Yes. Okay, so we're going to drop the Artemis attachment. Do we have another specialty ammo? Actually, do we just drop both Artemis attachments? I think we do. Like, there's no sense only having one Artemis LRM. And we're going to put the safe both on the right torso. So that's now our shield side. And then we can bring Magpulse. So it's a good pairing with Calcifer, as well as with the Ifrit. Not Ifrit, Nidhogg. We can bring Swarm. Do we have Case? I know it has Clan Case, but, like, do we have Case 2? We would need Clan Case 2, right? No. Case 2 Quicksell works. Cool. Then you go in there, and you go in there. What else? And this is partially just because they keep focusing the catapult. No, actually, I really like Magpulse, and Magpulse not only for the heat and heat generation, but also the ECM jamming will mean dropping the catapult with our stealth mechs makes it a really nice asset to have. So 240 shots if we're firing 60 per round is four rounds of Magpulse. So let's make it 5. Swarm is absolutely wonderful, especially if firing indirectly. I'm actually not super interested in bringing Incendiary just because we already have so much mag pulse. Thunder's kind of negligible, even firing 60 per round, once you're against assault mechs. So... Then again, wait a second, hold on. They changed mines. When did they change mines? So, okay, Thunder installs 1 mine per missile. So we can get 60 mines. They have a 50% chance to trigger, and apparently there's now also, at least not with Thunder, but with other mines, apparently, chance for chain detonations and chance for linked detonations. They do 2 primary damage, but they also do 3 AoE damage in a 20-meter radius. So, adjacent hexes now take 3 damage. That's impressive. No reduced movement per mine, so that's a thing that they added. Obviously not for Thunder, but just for other mines. -5 accuracy, yeah, you don't really want to hit when you're firing Thunder or fast cam at people. Huh. I mean, that's interesting, but I still don't think 60 LRMs firing Thunder, especially if only able to do it for 2 rounds, is really... Well, then again, actually, because the AI tends to walk through mines, maybe it is worth bringing. Maybe it actually is worth bringing. So, altogether now, we're firing 60 per round. We've got 360, which is 6 rounds of mag pulse. We have 180, which is 3 rounds of standard LRM. Then we have 1 and a quarter, or a third, 1 1/3 rounds of firing tandem. So I would actually really love another bin of tandem, but whatever. Or actually, I could just drop the tandem and bring some standard damage. That's... So, I already have 180, which is 3 rounds. So a half bin would actually extend it to 4 rounds of regular LRM, and I would only need to find 0.3 tons instead of 0.8. So that's an option. Also, I think I'm going to move the safe to the leg. Cool. So that makes our shield side even more of a shield side. It also means we definitely do not want to get hit in the left. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to bring? Oh yeah, also, there was another heavy articulated jump jet that Solaris Store had for like 3 or 4 million or something. I don't know if that actually made it into a previous episode or not. I don't remember. I spent a lot of time on Solaris trying to get it to work, and I don't remember what parts I recorded and what parts I ditched the recording because it was just me trying to figure stuff out, but yeah. Missile hit point is helpful for not getting AMS wrecked, even though it only increases the missiles from 2 hit points to 3. So AMS is still going to be problematic. It just makes it slightly less problematic. Also, wait, we already had Artemis? So that means I can actually keep the Artemis. Oh, actually, we have another bin of Swarm. Look at that. So, yeah. We can do that, and we can put a bin of something in the leg. Like that half bin of LRM standard ammo. So even if it's completely full and it explodes, then it'll only be 150 damage, I think. So not even necessarily destroying the leg, and that's only if we haven't fired any LRM ammo yet. Any standard ammo. Which, if we are taking damage, we're probably going to get behind a rock and hide. Now, the tricky part is we do need to come up with 0.3 tons. We do need 0.3 tons. Engine core, I'm completely fine with this 260. Doesn't really need to go fast. We got the double heatsink kit, which is more than enough. Actually, we could... Nope, we can't. We only have 3 slots remaining. I was going to say we could go with the engine heatsink removal, but all we have is engine heatsink removal 2, which would mean we would need 6 slots for the double heatsinks. Even if it was clan double heatsinks, we would still need 4 slots, which we do not have. So that's fine. We're using Clan Pharaoh, that's fine. Completely fine. Then... structure, we're using Endosteel. We could drop it to like Endocomposite or something to save slots, but I'm fine with it just being whatever. I mean, cockpit interface is an option. It would limit who we could actually bring on it, but it would also allow shooting and then moving. So we might be able to get a direct fire shot off and then get behind cover. Also increases our evasion, but we don't really care that much. Gives us night vision, which we do not already have, actually. Huh. Also, why are we bringing an AR-12? Why do we have an AR-12 on a catapult? It's never gonna get... It shouldn't ever get close enough to EWS ping, and it can always shoot indirectly. So I would definitely rather have that AR-12 somewhere else. Which does mean that we would need electronic warfare. Huh. So we do need some kind of electronic warfare. What kind of sensors do we have? We have powered sensors. We have sensors probe, which does give us night vision and a massive increase to sensor and sight range. So that's cool. We don't really have tonnage for most of this, which is unfortunate. We could also go Beagle Probe Extended, which would give us increased sight and sensor. Can we use powered with? Probably not. Probably not. No, not at all. All right. So, huh. I mean, making it a stealth fire support mech would actually give it a lot of safety. But I think I'd rather... How much tonnage are we? We're saving 2.4 tons with the Clan Pharaoh. And so we would need 4.4 tons because the Chameleon LPS includes an ECM that's 2 tons. But I cannot think of how we would get 4.4 tons. Also, wait, why are we running an exchanger? Why are we running an exchanger? We have a negative 26 delta. Our Alpha Strike is 40 heat. Why are we running an exchanger? It was only saving us 8 heat on our Alpha Strike and giving us the 6 heat per turn cooling. Yeah. Actually, ooh, can we then... AMS Flare... AMS Flare? No, we can only have one AMS Flare. Well, we can go with the advanced optics. So, that gives us night vision, thermal vision, etc. But we still have this tonnage issue. We still have the tonnage issue. But if we drop the shield side LRM-15 and we upgrade these LRM-15s to enhanced LRM-15s, that would be 2 tons per, and it would give us, if we upgraded 2 of the LRM-15s to enhanced, that would give us, for 4 tons, 4 extra damage times 15. Instead of 7 tons for 5 extra damage times 15. Huh. So that is actually a viable option. If we drop those and we bring those, and then we make it into stealth, and then we won't need as much ammo because we're only firing 45 per turn instead of 60 per turn, which does mean the thunder is no longer relevant. Huh. Or we go look at the Victor. Because we could do the same thing with the Victor. So we would need less ammo. Drop the Deadfire. Replace the LRM-15 Zeus's. But here we're only upgrading from 6 to 7. I was thinking of putting the Zeus's on the catapult. I mean, it has a jam chance. Hold on. Which of the two is more likely to be able to mitigate the jam chance? +1 gunnery. No bonus to gunnery. Okay. So the Victor is slightly more able to mitigate jam chance. Also, wait. Didn't we have an extra? Yes, we did. So... yeah. That actually means we don't really need to do anything to the catapult. Really. So all those changes I was talking about do not matter now. Except we still don't need the Exchanger. I don't know why we had the Exchanger Plus on there. Maybe at some point I also had some... I don't know. Not a clue. Wait, is there an advanced optics on... Does the Victor already have advanced optics? No. Does Command Console give night vision? No. Also, if we go with Exchanger Plus here, that'll actually free up some carrying capacity so we can maybe bring something really fun. Handheld Rack 2 is 10 tons. So we would need TSM. No, okay, right, because it only has one hand. So we would need 20 total carry capacity to be able to use it with one hand. So that's not viable. But yeah, definitely advanced optics on the Zeus. I mean the Victor instead of the catapult. We also don't have... Okay, which is going to be higher? If we're using the enhanced stellar rims... Yeah, the damage output here is better. Although it's all direct fire preferred. That's fine, it's fine. I mean, we could try putting the UAV compartment on this mech. We could also add AMS flares. I think I prefer the AMS flares. I mean, TSM would let us bring the smoker, I think, if we didn't have anything else. But we don't have any TSM, so never mind. But yeah, oh, right, the whole reason we came in here. That. Alright. That's better. Right, it's stealth. It's stealth. That's why we... Okay. So, 15 flat and 20%. So that means we're actually generating an extra almost 10 heat and 15 flat. That's why we have the exchanger. Although I don't think we need the clan exchanger. Right? So exchanger plus would be a bonus 6 heat as well as 10% reduction? I mean, I guess exchanger does help it stay cooler. Sure. Actually, instead of the advanced optics here, I think I'd rather use the Beagle probe. It still gives us night vision, and it also counters ECM stealth and gives us bonus sensor and sight range. Yeah. Okay. Final answer. Now, back to the catapult. The catapult, I do still want to fix the concerns that I previously had. Artemis. We can only fire 30 Artemis per turn. Which means that's already, with 2 bends of Artemis, that's already 8 Alpha Strikes of Artemis. Of the ones that can fire it. We're going to put that on one of the arms. Tandem. Sure. Sure, we'll keep it. Definitely the case 2. Because for some reason they really don't like my catapult. And then... there is also the armored hip, which gives us case 2 on the leg. So that would allow us to also put ammo bins in there. And there's also... okay, we must be using it somewhere else. There's also another upper or shoulder or something that was case 2. Anyway... I mean, yeah, we could go with the defensive gyro. Why not? And then... we do not need the exchanger, so we can bring the advanced optics as well as the... ah, right, it was the flare that I was going to bring. Alright. Now then. We could also drop one of these bins of safe. Brings a little bit more ammo if we bring a regular bin, but I do like the idea of the mag pulse. I do also really like the idea of the stealth. And I think it is worth bringing a little bit less boom room. Drop that. That. And that leaves us with just under 3 tons. And now we only fire 45 missiles per round. Which means this is now 2 2/3 rounds of swarm. Actually, if we bring another... I do like the idea, especially with Artemis as our other option for damage. I do like the idea of having the 2 bins of swarm, which gives us 240, so 45, 90, 180, 235. So 5 alpha strikes of swarm. And then we've got 8 rounds of Artemis through the 2 that have the Artemis attachments. I think tandem is the thing we drop here, just because it's a lot more effective the more missiles you have. And getting 2 alpha strikes, This is a fire sport mech anyway, so I think I'd rather have the tandem on something else. I think this is better than it was. And actually, I'm going to put the safe ammo on the arm. It has an incredibly low chance of exploding. If it does explode, it's only 0.1 damage per shot. So 9 damage if it explodes while it's full. It's primarily just for the one LRM that doesn't have Artemis. And if we're firing it that way, then it's, 6 alpha strikes? Yes, 6 alpha strikes of standard ammo to go with the Artemis. So we have indirect fire in the form of the swarm. We have utility in form of mag pulse. And we have standard damage in the form of Artemis and a bin of safe. And we actually still have ammo, or we still have slots left. Slots and tonnage. So... do we just... wait a second. Hold on. Enhanced LRMs. So the enhanced LRM 15 is 9 tons, right? Because I just had this crazy idea. Enhanced LRM is 9 tons, which is 2 tons more. It's also an extra slot, though. Enhanced LRM 10 is 6 tons, which is still a ton heavier than an LRM 15 standard. And it does 70 instead of 75 damage. But Enhanced LRM 20 is 13 tons. And it does 140 compared to 150 between 2 LRM 15s. Because each of them does 75. So we could have Artemis on everything. We could have Artemis on everything. We put the Enhanced LRM 20 in the side torso. I mean, the arm, not the side torso. And with the Enhanced LRM 20 with Artemis, then we're doing 140 damage with Artemis instead of 150 damage with half of it being Artemis. So that's already an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Specifically, it's an upgrade of accuracy and ammo count. That's what I'm saying. It's an upgrade. And then that actually lets us have... an enhanced LRM-15, replacing the regular LRM-15, which is just an extra 30 damage. But we need slots. We would need one extra slot for the enhanced LRM-15. Also, Swarm is a lot less interesting when it's being used by enhanced LRMs. And we won't need as much ammo. So, we do that. So, with this we're firing 35, and then can we also... No. Enhanced LRM 10 would be too much. I mean, that is Artemis on every single missile we fire now. But we're firing 35 instead of 60. Oof. Yeah. I don't think that's... That's right. The whole dropping the one LRM-15 was supposed to be to make the... Okay. I got it. I got it. I'm definitely dropping the exchanger. Just before I actually look at it again, I'm dropping the exchanger, period. Now then. I mean, the advanced optics is valuable, but would it be better somewhere else? I don't know. Do we have any mechs that don't have night vision that are more interesting? Like the Angerboda? Angerboda already has advanced optics. Okay. Also has a tracker sensor. And doesn't have any kind of endo. So, do we actually... Don't we have a better... Here. Large shield can't be used with improved jump jets. I think I would rather have the standard jump jets than... Would I? Actually, hold on. So, if we... can't be used with the jump boost, rather? Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, no. We're gonna keep the Angerboda able to, you know, fly a bit. As far as structure goes... I mean, we could save some tonnage and do what with it? And do what with it? Another enhanced LRM? That doesn't have the Artemis attachment? No, definitely not. I don't think an enhanced LRM 5, if we even had it, would be worth... I mean, we do still have the Clan 10s. Clan 10s with more laser barrage. I mean, that's an option. Also takes less slots. And then we'd have the Artemis 5 to put somewhere else. Actually, hold on. How about... We do have the other reinforced leg. Which actually is... if we can get regular Indo, which unfortunately I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have anywhere near the 9 slots. We have 4. But I think Clan Indo we would have enough slots for. Don't quote me on that. Oh, also I could just use Patchwork. I could literally just use Patchwork. Or I could go with the Armored Hip, which still gives us the case. So we still have case 2 on the Rack 5 ammo. 10% extra armor and structure. 45% extra armor and structure. So our legs are just better. And then definitely don't want to sacrifice stability threshold. Wait, how did I even get here? how did I end up looking at the Angerboda? I don't remember. Okay. So now we have 2 tons. Which we can absolutely use for, what, a pulse laser? Another laser and heatsink? We could go another bright bloom laser and a heatsink. Which also reduces the chance that our jump jets get crit. You know, we already have the Ferro Lamellar and the Combat Shield. Do we need the Upper Hardened? I don't feel like we do. What's our heat efficiency like? -6 without? Okay, we're just going to put another heatsink in. Ah, we need slot. Okay. So we would need 1 more slot. I definitely want to keep the emergency coolant system. The main idea was just to have something else that could soak a crit instead of the combat shield or the jump jets. There is also just that. Because our jump heat is a thing that exists. So if we're jumping constantly, then we would need the extra cooling to be able to run the extra laser. You know what? We'll put the emergency coolant system somewhere else. If we have adequate cooling, I feel like we don't need to worry. Does that give us enough? So now we have a -30, which means with the 1 additional laser, we should still be able to jump quite readily. -12 heat delta, 17 jump heat. Yeah. That should be fine. That should be completely and totally fine. Also, don't we have a Gunnery B? No, we have Tactics B. Okay. We have Gunnery A sitting around. Also, do I really want the tracker sensors? Would I rather have recon sensors? Yeah, I think I'd rather have the recon sensors. Then again, it's fine. It's fine. even though the short range on all of these weapons is pretty large, we will be benefiting from the ability to keep our distance, because all of our weapons reach out to at least 640. There's 900 and there's 840. So the first weapons that will start suffering from the penalty are also the weapons that we're going to have to get closer to use, which are secondary weapons in any case. We're not going to start having a penalty until 225 meters with the enhanced LRM, which means we'll still be able to get into optimal range with the bright blooms. Actually, that's... hold on. What if we drop the bright blooms and specifically bring ERs that don't generate as much heat and don't have damage fall off? Actually, those generate more heat, but don't have damage fall off. Yeah, never mind. We're keeping the bright blooms. We're gonna keep the bright blooms. The ability to reach out to 640 meters is just too valuable. Alright. Wait. Ah, right. So we need to lose, like... that. Alright, we're good. Cool. So the anger boat is just a little bit better. And I still haven't actually done anything with the catapult. Alright, yeah, I like the idea. Let's go with the enhanced LRMs instead of standard. Although, put one of those back. Do we put one of those back? If we're not messing with stealth... If we're not messing with stealth, can we actually... Okay. This would put us over. Swarm is not super interesting when you're running enhanced. Alright. So now, instead of firing 60 missiles per turn for 5 damage each, we would be firing 50 missiles per turn for 7 damage each. Which is actually pretty significant. Pretty significant indeed. And we would definitely be bringing the advanced optics. And if we're not running stealth, our heat is fine. Completely fine. So, if we're firing 50 per turn, tandem's not super interesting. Artemis, obviously, is our... 35 per turn. This is 360. That's 10 alpha strikes with the enhanced LRM 20 and the enhanced LRM 15 that has Artemis. And then we would just need ammo for the enhanced 15 that doesn't have Artemis. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. It doesn't reduce our ammunition requirements as much. So we've got enhanced 15s. What if instead of the enhanced, because we don't have any arrows. Or, what if we do go enhanced, but then we go clan 10s on the arm? I don't really like the idea of endangering the clan 10s like that, but that is an option. But what I think I'm actually going to do, I think I'm just going to leave good enough alone. I know I've wasted so much time looking and poking at this catapult. I think I'm just going to leave good enough alone. The only thing I am going to do is I will shift the Artemis 4 to the arm, and I do want to slightly adjust the ammo. So I'm going to drop the tandem. Am I going to drop the tandem? I'm going to drop the tandem. Just because it's only one Alpha Strike. And I'd rather have the Mag Pulse. And since we already figured out that the Artemis on 2... Yeah, so then more Mag Pulse. I do want to bring the Case 2. Just because, again, they like focusing our catapult way too much. So now, with this distribution, the two 15s that have Artemis have 8 Alpha Strikes worth of Artemis ammo. If we're firing just Mag Pulse, then the 60 LRMs altogether have 4 Alpha Strikes. Or we can just use the 2 LRMs that aren't Artemis and have 8 Alpha Strikes. The Swarm, if we're using Swarm, it's probably indirect fire. And if we're using indirect fire, then the Artemis is likely not going to be used. So that would be 2 turns of Swarm. So I would definitely prefer to have another bin of Swarm ammo. And the safe is kind of nice to have. Especially if we put it in the arms so that it can absorb crits potentially. So this is... If we do not have direct line of sight, we're firing Swarm. And this will give us 4 Alpha Strikes of Swarm with all the LRMs. Likewise, if we're just firing the Mag Pulse, this is 4 Alpha Strikes of Mag Pulse. But it's more likely that we'll be using half Artemis, half Mag Pulse. Or half Artemis. I'd rather actually get the full bin of ammo than have it less likely to explode. Especially since we have a shield side now. So where is... There it is. LRM standard. We can also use the LRM standard ammo to fire indirectly if necessary. Like, for example, once we've, taken damage or whatever. And now we just need 0.8 tons. I am also going to absolutely add the gyro. The defensive gyro. Advanced optics. And UAV compartment? Sure, why not? Experiment with it some more. It's not like we don't have the carry capacity since this thing isn't really carrying anything. Our heat's completely fine. I just need 0.8 tons now. Combat shields need lowers, right? Yeah, it requires lower arms, so we can't even bring a combat shield. Right, I was going to drop the AR-12. Oh, right, that's... Okay. I now remember why I was looking at the Chameleon. Is because if I drop the AR-12, I'm going to have to find tonnage anyway to make it stealthy. Well then. could go sensor probe, just drop the Artemis altogether. And just bring in Angel ECM. And then the Artemis ammo would no longer be a thing. We could put all the Swarm in the leg because the Swarm's going to be the thing we burn through fastest. Earliest, I should say. And then we would still need ammo. So... again, that's 4 Alpha Strikes of Magpulse. We'll go 5 Alpha Strikes of Magpulse. And then 5 Alpha Strikes of regular. Not 5, 6. It would be 6 of Magpulse, 6 of regular, 246, 246, and then 4 Alpha Strikes of Swarm. And we'd still be over tonnage because of the Angel ECM. Actually, we wouldn't need Sensors Probe because we have Night Vision from the Advanced Optics. So we could go Sensors... At this point, we're basically leaning towards making a Stealth Mech. Because we could totally go IFF Jammer. If we went Chameleon, we'd be generating an extra 10 plus 15 flat, which would be 25, which means we would need 13 more cooling. Okay. Or drop an LRM-15, that is the 13 more cooling. Alright, so we're making a stealth. Period. We got the Chameleon LPS. That also means we don't need as much ammo. We can then go with Sensors Sniper, since we will definitely be staying back and shooting at range. So that gives us the higher increased sensor and sight while still going to the IFF jamming. As far as probe goes, we would need to bring, if we wanted to, we could just rely on volume of fire to hit stealthy targets, or we could bring something light, like a light active probe. Yeah, I don't think we would care that much, so I think bringing the Clan light active probe would be the play. Now we have a complete shield side that we do not have to worry about at all, which means we could even afford to shave a little bit of armor off of it. We could put potentially the reinforced leg so that we have case 2 on all of our ammo. But I think just having a shield side's adequate, especially if we're running stealth. The IFF jammer, definitely. IFF jammer Mark II, beautiful. And then bump the armor up until we get to a nice even 63. Because that is literally just a shield arm. And we could run Artemis with the extra 2 tons, or we could swap one of the LRM-15s for an enhanced, and I think that's the better play. But it would have to be one of the ARM 15s because of the slot restriction on our side torso. But I'm fine with that. So, again, we've gained 30 damage, but we've lost 75. Because this is 30 damage more than a standard LRM-15. So, altogether, we've lost 3 times 15, which is 45 damage. But in exchange for that 45 damage, we have so much better defense. We have case 2 just in case. We've got stealth. We've got IFF jammers and advanced optics, so we're just better. As far as heat goes, our stealth is going to generate an additional 20%, which is 8-ish, and then a flat 15. So that's 23 total. And we have a heat delta of -21. So that's a build. Actually, another option... Oh, I think I already went over the cockpit interface option. Yeah, I mentioned it. But no. I like just being able to drop anyone into this and have a reliable support fire mech. Especially with the Magpulse, because 45 Magpulse missiles flying at you every round against a full stealth lance, a full, like, true stealth lance, can make it so that you just can't. So that's fun. I could also, since I dropped the Artemis, I could consider saving a little bit of tonnage by dropping the 15s and bringing 5s and 10s. I don't have any 10s. All I have is 15s and 5s. Okay. Wrong one. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. That one. There we go. So that's that saves us a ton and is the same number of missiles. It's just they're now all over the place instead of just being consolidated on the one arm, which is kind of good in the sense that the one arm no longer has the risk of losing 2/3 of our weapons in one shot, or actually over 2/3 of our damage because of the enhanced. It also just means that we might lose an LRM-5 on the right side if we're soaking damage there. But that does free up a ton. And we could use that ton to give the enhanced 15 Artemis. Oh, right, they were on side torso, yeah. So we can totally give the enhanced 15 Artemis. And then replace one bin of standard with one bin of Artemis. Ah, right, we had all the ammo in the legs. Yeah, that's right. Right? Yeah. Okay, so that means we now have 8 Alpha Strikes of Artemis with the enhanced 15. With 7 damage per missile. And we still have all the benefits that we traded the other 15 for. And the other Artemis for. And we still have the versatility of going full Magpulse, full Swarm. I think this is amazing, quite frankly. This is probably the best we can possibly do here. How's the heat compare, actually? 444, which is 12, versus 12. So it's the same exact heat as well, yeah. So we just saved a ton, because we had the hard points and we had the LRM-5 sitting around. Cool. Love it. And there is also an argument to be made for putting the enhanced in the side torso and just moving one bin of ammo. Especially since we do have case. Potentially putting the other 15 in the other side torso and just having 2 5s on the arm. Which actually also kind of makes that a shield arm. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So we're going to switch the swarm like that. We're going to drop one of the bins of Magpulse down there. No, we would have... Okay, never mind. We would have to move 2 bins of ammo away from the side torso. So no, never mind. You get back there, you get back there, you get back there, and we go back and grab another LRM-5. And look at that, we turned it into a build day on accident. I just wanted to go check the one thing, but I got very distracted very quickly. We now have a stealth fire support mech. That's nice. That's very nice. Perfect usage of slots. We have no slots open. perfect usage of tonnage. We have more than 10 rounds worth of ammo. And altogether, we only lost 45 damage in exchange for a massive boost to our defensive everything. Also, now that we've invested this much... we only have a double plus, yeah. If we had a gyro defense plus, this would be a great place for it, just to get that one extra evasion when we're moving 4-6. But it's fine. This is already a massive improvement. Do we have any stuff that does not require hands? No. Nothing worth note. Oh, nothing worth note anyway. Alright. That's it. Finally done. Oh, we are, it's fine. Because I've already decided I'm gonna go try to go just fight the, fight some super heavies. So I'm gonna scrap just anything that's not a vehicle, basically. I'm not interested in building any more mechs. I just want to go fight super heavies and then conclude the... That's a tank. Could always use tanks. Conclude the playthrough and... I guess I'll hold off on the assault stuff just in case. Just in case. Because I did already say I was gonna, you know, conclude the playthrough quickly multiple times. And, oh wait, I need to go and make sure I'm using optimal everything. Yes. Oh, we only have the 3 things in. Okay. Alright. Never mind. Let's finish traveling. And yeah, it saved us a day. Because we were at 7 and then it completed and now it's 5, so. Saved us a day. Is there anything cheap that we can, So we need the Leopard command and control system integration. Nope. That would be what, this? Nope. 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 Command and control system integrations. What? Oh. I was looking at requires when I went to go look at what this is called. Okay. It's only 300,000. Let's do it. And then we after making a fortune on Solaris, we roll into the new system. Have them fight in the gym. Haha. Yeah, they took some injuries, but that's fine. I don't care. Alright. So we've limped into the system with 253,000 C-bills after having millions upon millions in Solaris. Yep. Sounds about right. We can skim through the store real quick, look at the hiring hall, and then I'm going to call it for the day. Or at least for the episode. I'm going to record more after this, so... yeah. Avenger rifle, yeah. 20-ton handheld. Some Inferno grenades. Super shotgun. Yeah, 16-ton handheld. I mean, there's some cool stuff. There's some cool stuff, but... unlimited case 2 quick sell. Neat. And then hiring hall, last but not least, Lord Ducky. No. Music box. No. Racer. Wealthy. Technician. Lucky. Mechwarrior. Actually, Lucky? You know what? Yeah, she's cheap. And then Ragnar is military, athletic, honest, dependable Mechwarrior. Solid. And then Tayton is military, Mechwarrior, brave, gladiator, officer, spacer. I definitely want to hire her as well. So let's go ahead and scrap an emperor. Cool. That gives us enough, right? No. Ah, our barracks is full. I thought we didn't have enough money. Okay, so who are we going to let go of? That's the question. Don't we have somebody that was, like, basically just wealthy, and that was, like, the only reason we kept him around? Yeah, Orcus. Goodbye. Nothing really remarkable other than wealthy, and we just picked up another wealthy person. And she's just better. Cool. Alright. Yeah. And now, Command Center, we should see at the top that there's a conflict flare-up, yep. And we can ooh. We can choose a side, which means we can actually fight on behalf of Steiner against our old allies in the Republic. Our rewards will not be as lucrative. You know what, I'll talk about that next episode. For now, that's been your episode of Roguetech for the day. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, have a good one.